Today, I'd like to talk about the three different pentatonic scales. That would be major, minor, and dominant. I'm going to save dominant for last because it's a killer shape that doesn't get much attention. I've been using it for over 35 years, and some of the best players I can think of in all kinds of genres have been using it. They don't necessarily call it dominant pentatonic, but they use the shape for sure. You can actually identify some of them, their styles by that shape. Let's start with the differences between major pentatonic and minor pentatonic. And here they are. Nothing. Starting on a different note? Sure. Our ear doesn't really know that. When you get in a serious musical situation, what matters is the harmony underneath a scale. G major pentatonic and E minor pentatonic are the exact same scale, starting on different notes. I'll give you an example. If I start G major pentatonic on its fifth, you're not hearing it as, in this case, D some kind of mode or minor or major. You're hearing the notes of the scale. Major and its relative minor don't mean anything until there's some kind of progression, even if or just even a static chord below it, and then we can differentiate. G major pentatonic and E minor pentatonic are the same exact scale starting on different tones. That's all there is to it. How does our ear tell the difference? It can't. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use G major and put it on my looper. Right? Here's G major pentatonic. I'm going through a number of different shapes just to give you an idea here, okay? And now you hear it against G. No problem. It sounds like G major pentatonic to me. Why? Because G major is the harmony underneath it. I'm going to change that up and I'm going to do E minor. The same notes, but now the chord is different, and so now there's a reference point for us. And these same notes now sound like E minor pentatonic. Starting notes just don't mean anything. The harmony underneath is what means something. Okay? And when you think that way, then everything will change for you. So what I show my students is we learn the major pentatonic scale, all five shapes, just based on their scale degrees. Really simple, right? Root shape always looks the same. All these shapes always look the same. So shape built from the root, shape built from the second, shape built from the third, fifth, and sixth. And that's all there is to it. Now we think, hey, major / minor. In other words, it's relative minor, okay, which is just means the sixth degree of the major scale. So if we're in B flat, major, the sixth degree is G minor. G minor pentatonic and B flat major pentatonic are the same thing. Here's B flat major, and then here's B flat major starting on G, which everybody thinks of as minor pentatonic. But don't think that way, because they're all the notes of B flat major and G minor pentatonic. We don't call this a different scale because it starts on C, even though it's all the notes of B flat and G minor pentatonic. We don't call it C something pentatonic, and then the next one D something, and the next one F. No. So just give yourself a break and just say, hey, everything's major pentatonic / minor. The great thing about seeing the scale degrees, which I call visual guide tones. Here's root shape of G major. Now I want to go to the key of B flat major / G minor because I know it's relative minor. So I would go here. There's sixth shape of B flat major. Let's try it and see if it works. Works perfectly. I'm going to take it up the neck and show you we're going to go from G major to G minor, or let's call it G major to B flat major / G minor pentatonic. So here we go. Root shape, sixth shape of B flat, second shape of G major, root shape of B flat, third shape, second shape of B flat, fifth shape of G, third shape. When you use visual guide tones, everything changes. Just in an incredible way. And if you think in terms of months and try to, instead of trying to like get the answer to everything in a week or so, like we see a lot of things on social media, the reality is you got to learn the 5 shapes of the major / minor pentatonic. And once you do, you own the neck. And then if you use visual guide tones, then you own the neck in 12 keys without ever having to move more than 1 fret in either direction. And that is a very seriously cool thing. The last shape is called dominant pentatonic. And all it is 1 note difference between major. Instead of the 6, because major pentatonic is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 5, flat 7. And you could think of it as a G9 arpeggio. That's fine once, and then throw that idea out. I brought this shape up to people, and that's what they say. They go, that's just like G7 with the 9th is the 2nd. And I say, yeah, so what is G major pentatonic? G major pentatonic is a G6 chord, arpeggio. Chord. Right? So it's a G6 arpeggio. When you learn this as a scale with 5 shapes, just like you do with major, you're really onto something that's fantastic. How about I'll just do simple blues. And I'll just go from the 1 to the 4 chord and show you Dom Pent over the most simple of ideas. This shape can get into the most advanced harmony you can get to, into altered harmony, playing over the most sophisticated chord types in modern harmony. Incredible for bebop just as much as it is for the blues or rock or country. on Pent. And what it does, it's just basically spelling out the dominant chord for you. In reality, you wouldn't even need chords behind you to do something like to do the blues, and people would still hear it like that. There's C Dom. D Dom. C. G. Now, I know for a fact there's a lot of crazy killer country players that know these shapes inside out and backwards. Just it's so much fun to play to use in that context. It works over almost every chord type found in modern harmony, except ones that are called symmetric. It's so versatile. It's just amazing. There's 5 shapes, just like major pentatonic. They're all 2 note per string. So those of you who are working on your alternate picking, it works great since everything's 2 note per string. And the shapes are a little bit more difficult. You know, there's some stretches here. Some are quite simple. You know, it's really worth taking the time. At Fretboard Freedom, we have all kinds of stuff on dominant pentatonic, on visual guide tones. I just thought I'd do a quick overview like that, and I hope that helps some of you clarify some things. Please check our stuff out at musicpro.academy.